can you please look up this site?
See if we can figure out something.
We're just waiting for the attorney to come in. I'm going to put you in a breakout room with him.
Okay.
You want to sign in to me?
Yeah, I'm trying. It's not letting me go in for some reason. Is
It shouldn't be an issue with that.
Let me try it
Maybe,
again.
maybe try it again.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. Glazer, can you hear me?
Can, Your Honor. Thank you.
And Ms. Lockridge, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, I'm going to put you and Mr. Glazer. Mr. Glazer is an attorney. He's going to help you through your arraignment in a breakout room this morning, okay?
That's fine. I think, have I met you before? You look familiar to me. I thought you were a police officer, though. This must supposed to be a new meeting. I'm sorry, I'm just speaking.
Hang on, ma'am. We're not in the breakout room yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were, okay.
Officer, can you hear me?
Officer? I thought that was my attorney.
That was. I can't see you, ma'am. I can't see you. Is there a video that's on or?
I thought that's my attorney. That's the officer. I'm confused.
No. That's the attorney that you spoke to. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
All right. I can't see you, ma'am. The video for some reason is not working for
I'm
you.
right here. Hello. Right here.
No, I understand you're there. I can hear you, but I can't see you. So just hold on 1 second, please.
Oh, okay. Incoming call on your Zoom. There's more people joining in?
You can, it's just me. It's okay. I'll tell you in a second, all right?
I don't know. I'm just. Yeah.
Here we go. All right. Is the officer right there?
That's my attorney.
I'm right here, Your Honor.
Oh, yeah.
I
There's an
understand that.
officer in the room, in the actual room. Now on the screen is my attorney, but he looks like a police officer I've ran into before.
Okay, well, he's an attorney, sir, or ma'am. So that was your attorney for this morning, but I just wanted to talk to the officer who's right there. Okay?
Right, he's right there.
Okay, officer, are you all set?
I am.
Okay. So we'll call State of Michigan versus Heather Jean Lockridge, case number 2421803. Is it Detective Doganowski?
It's officer, Your Honor.
Okay, officer. Can you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Go ahead.
Okay, on 6/2024, myself and Sergeant Kirby were dispatched to the Langfield address for a family trouble. Upon our arrival, it was determined that the defendant, Heather Lockridge, had assaulted the victim, David Davis. Davis had a apparent bloody mouth and scratches on his forehead that he said was a result of Miss Lockridge striking him unprovoked.
Unprovoked. How many times
Ma'am,
has he
please,
hit?
ma'am, please be quiet.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you. That's okay. I'll ask you to talk when you're ready, okay? Go ahead, officer.
That's all I have, Your Honor. Unless you have
That's all you
questions.
have? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
No, that's okay. Thank you. Based on the testimony of the officer, I do find that a sufficient factual basis exists to support probable cause for the crime alleged in the complaint and warrant, that being domestic violence. Although, officer, was there a prior?
There have been priors, Your Honor. Yes, in her CC.
Priors. Okay, what are you talking?
Okay.
This is ridiculous. I am being set up here.
Ma'am, please be quiet right now, okay? Like I said, I'll ask you to talk when I'm ready for you to talk, okay?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. All right, officer, there's a prior, at least back on June 1st, 2016, where there was another conviction for domestic violence.
Correct.
All right, thank you. Based on the testimony of the officer, I do find that a sufficient factual basis exists to support probable cause for the crime alleged in the complaint warrant, that being domestic violence, second offense. As such, I'll authorize the complaint warrant at this time. And in the interim, I'll set no bond until we do the arraignment.
So there's no bond, meaning I'm gonna be put back in jail?
We haven't reached that point yet.
Oh, okay.
Wait for them to make that determination.
That's crazy. He's
We're gonna do the,
abusive
we're
to
gonna
me.
do, ma'am, we're gonna do the arraignment right now, okay?
Okay,
All right, so we'll recall State of Michigan versus Heather Jean Lockridge, case number 2421803. Mr. Glazer, your appearance, please.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Jeffrey Glazer, P 46892, on behalf of Ms. Lockridge for today's hearing. I did have a chance to meet with Ms. Lockridge in the breakout room. Judge, I did advise her of her rights. I also advised her of the charges against her, as well as the maximum penalties. I'm going to ask that she have a court-appointed attorney at the next hearing, Judge. Waive any reading, stand and mute as charged.
Thank you. I'll enter a not guilty plea on her behalf. This matter will be set for a pretrial and a date to be determined. Ma'am, can you tell me your name again, please?
Heather Lockridge.
All right, thank you. Today's date and time set for an arraignment. As we've indicated, you're charged at this time with one count of domestic violence, second offense. That is a misdemeanor charge, punishable up to 1 year in jail and or $1,000 fine. Because it is a criminal charge, you have the right to have an attorney represent you from start to finish. And if you can't afford one would be appointed for you at public expense. You're working with Mr. Glazer today. You're requesting another court-appointed attorney at your next hearing. Is that correct?
Yes,
All right, we'll grant you that at this time. Also, because you're charged with a misdemeanor, you have certain constitutional rights. You have the right to have a trial in this case by judge or by jury. At a trial, you are presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. At a trial, you have the right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you. You also have the right to call witnesses on your own behalf, and if they won't come in voluntarily, you have the right to have the court order them to come in on your behalf. Also, at a trial, you have the right to testify if you wanted to, or remain silent if you wanted to, and that silence cannot be used against you. So, ma'am, do you understand what you're being charged with, what the maximum penalties are, and what your rights are?
I do.
All right, thank you. Mr. Glazer, with respect to bond?
Yes, Your Honor, my client's a long-term resident of the area. She's indicated to me she's not on probation or parole. She is, she has 2 kids. She does not live with the alleged complainant, Judge. I don't believe she's a flight risk. She will appear as directed. I'm asking for a personal bond or a nominal cash bond.
All right, thank you. Mr. Glazer, you said that she does not live with the complaining witness, Mr. Davis.
Can I
That's-
explain something, Your Honor? Well, you know what, I'll just let my attorney speak for me. I'm sorry, when you ask me a question, I'll answer.
That's better, but we might ask you that, okay? If he can't answer it, I'll ask you, okay?
Ma'am,
ahead,
I'm
Mr.
not
Glazer.
sure. Do you live with Mr. Davis or you have a separate
Well,
residence?
here's the thing, we lived together in Lenox. I sold the house. So I have money, no problem, to get myself a place to stay as long as I can get access to my debit card. The reason this whole domestic violence thing even existed is because he wants to control can you please, I'm trying to
Yep,
speak.
I got it.
He wants to control my credit cards, my debit cards to keep me, because I don't have a car right now. In another state, I have a home loan already set up from when I sold the house, a car loan ready to go. He was supposed to help me. Every time he does this, he uses my mental health record. He calls the cops, he uses my mental health record to get me put in trouble. Anytime, and if I finally have some little snap and go like that to him, then he calls the police, and once again, I'm in trouble. So I absolutely have a place to stay as long as I can get access to my debit card, which I believe he has. He keeps stealing my things. You know how hard it is to accomplish buying a car or purchasing, finalizing a house if you don't have your license and proper information. He keeps me running in a circle, and when he finally gets when I finally get fed up and go to him, he calls the police.
Okay, so do you live at the 541 Langfield Street address or
No,
no?
that's where my parents live. He's such a loser, he can't even afford his own place. That's his address.
So that's where he will be.
That's where well, it depends. You could kick him out of there and tell him it's my parents. I mean, it's up
Well,
to you, but you know what, don't even bother, because as long as I have access to my money, I can get a motel room. I could, right now, with what I have in my account, I could put a down payment on a house, I could rent an apartment for a couple of years. I have the money.
Okay. All right, so you can stay someplace else, is that correct?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Do you need to go back to the Langfield Street address at all to get anything?
I need to figure out what is mine there. See, I'm going to have to be able to access some money because I'm going to have to be able to get to Enterprise. That's what happened, the whole final thing. I had rented a car at Enterprise and he wouldn't take me to get to go to Enterprise to try and get my car. And that's what finally I snapped. I'm sorry, what was so yes, if I do need to go back there because I need to get certain things so that I can try and, build a life.
Okay. All right. Officer, anything from Northville?
We would recommend a 10% cash bond, Your Honor. She has already indicated she wants to buy a car and purchase a house not in the area.
Wait, I didn't say not in the area. What in the world? Like, are you gonna take more of my money?
We also
Wow.
would request, obviously, conditional bond for no contact at the home or with Mr. Davis.
Wow,
Okay.
that's unbelievable. After
Okay.
you've heard everything, all of that, that's what you recommend? And you saw he got a little bump, a little pig slap.
Ma'am, thank you, all right? We don't need any other commentary, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I've had a chance to listen to statements by counsel as well as by the officer, as well as the defendant. I did preside over the swear to, so I'm familiar with the allegations at this time. I do find that the defendant has a prior conviction for domestic violence, and it looks as though she had a prior conviction for a drunk driving as well. Obviously, there's a lot more going on than what we know about right now, and there's a history between the parties. I think some time away, a break would be good for both parties at this point in time. So given the facts and circumstances of the case, I will set a bond in the amount of $7,500 cash surety or 10% with the following conditions. Ma'am, first, that you have no contact with David Davis, okay? I know that there's a lot going on between the two of you right now, but like I said.
Can I ask
think
you a
the break
question though? If he has my debit card, how do I pay a bondsman? How do I get a hold of my money if he has my stuff?
Ma'am, unfortunately, I can't answer that question for you. I don't know. You'd have to find somebody else to somehow get it for you.
There is no one else. There is no one
Ma'am,
else to help me.
Ma'am, I understand, but I can't answer the question as to how you get the money or how you get the debit card from him. Okay, I can't answer that. All right, you said that your parents live at a house too. I don't know if your parents can help you, but that's all I can say is that you can't have any contact with Mr. Davis. All right, no contact means no contact. No in-person contact, no telephone contact, no cell phone, no texting, no email, no social media. You understand that?
So, but in order to bond yourself out, you have to have a person on the outside who can get to your money, right?
Unless you have some money with you.
I don't have any money on me. It's in the bank.
All right, ma'am. Well, I can't help you with that then. So hopefully the officer will be able to let you make a couple of phone calls. Okay.
To who?
So,
I can't call David. My parents are gonna hang up on me.
well, ma'am, I can't help you with that. I can't answer the question then. I'm sorry. The next condition is that you will not return to the premises at 541 Langfield Street, Northville, Michigan. Okay, don't go back there.
That has all my papers in it. All my special papers for me to be able to get access to getting a home.
Ma'am,
are trapping me with a psycho. He is trying to control me and you are helping him.
ma'am, if you would listen to me and listen to what I've been saying to you, I'm going to let you go back to get your items, okay? But listen to
Okay,
me
so-
first and you stop talking,
Okay,
okay? Listen for once. All right, you can go back to that residence one time with a police escort and you can get your
Okay.
items. All
okay.
right? All right. You will not assault, beat, molest, or in any way verbally harass, intimidate, or threaten the complainant or any witnesses. You will personally appear for any court proceeding. You will not leave the state of Michigan without the permission of the court. You will immediately notify the court in writing of any change of address or telephone number. And actually within 24 hours of your release, you need to let the court know where you're staying.
Okay, now is
All right.
it possible for me, my goal is to move to New York. How am I going to do that if I can't stay? Do you know what I'm saying? That's my problem. If I keep wasting money in Michigan, I am never gonna be able to afford anything in New York.
Well,
And
ma'am,
that's
I'm
what they're
sorry.
trying to keep, that's what
I
they're trying to
understand.
do.
While this case is pending, ma'am, you can't move to New York, okay? While this
Well,
case
then I
is
guess I
pending, you
have
can't
to
do
find
it.
somewhere to live in Michigan because I can't
That's-
afford, and the lot rent in Michigan is outrageous. I can't afford to live here. I
Okay?
can
Well,
afford
I mean,
New
like I
York.
said,
I already had a home loan going and everything.
ma'am, you already told me that, ma'am, okay? I understand, okay? And if you can just listen now, I'm gonna indicate what other conditions are on you, okay? You will notify the court in writing within 24 hours of where you're gonna be staying in Michigan. You will not possess any firearm or other dangerous weapon. You shall refrain from using any alcohol, any form of THC, marijuana, illegal drugs, or abuse medication. You will submit to a PVT and/or urinalysis at the request of pretrial services. You must contact pretrial services within 24 hours of your release. Commit no new criminal offenses or activity. You will alcohol and drug test 4 times a month. Okay? And continue with any and all mental health treatment.
You realize, don't you?
Okay?
That's fine.
All right? All right, ma'am. Good luck to you. You're all set.
Okay, so now I go back to with the police escort and I have 24 hours to inform the court where I'm staying?
That's correct.
Okay.
But you have,
No
with the
problem.
bond is $7,500 cash surety or 10%, so you need $750.
Okay, so I have to go back and I have to get access to my money. Can they just take me to the bank instead of going back to that place? It'd be easier for me to go to the bank, I get the money. What if
I
I can't get
understand
my
that.
debit card there? What if
Ma'am,
I
you
can't
have to
buy
talk
my
to the
debit
officer.
card at the house?
I understand. You need to talk to the officer there. He'll let you know what you need to do. Okay? Good luck to
Sure.
you. Thank you, officer.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to me.
Thank you,
Good
Judge.
luck, burn in hell.